Greetings, my fellow freedom, low sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to L3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the wild, wonderful Mountain State, and today's date is Monday, August 30th, 2021. Man, Labor Day is just coming around the corner. Woo, things are flying like crazy, and I was just watching some of the reports, what's been the horrific event that happened in Louisiana, Alabama, and all that from the Hurricane Ida, which is now a tropical storm. Soon will be a tropical depression and low pressure. So I know a lot of areas of Kentucky, parts of Virginia, state of West Virginia, and all that. Expect flash flood watch. So it's about to come around here tomorrow. Estimate 2 p.m. and it's supposed to be 24 hours. So we're in the holler, so expect some running water everywhere, but we will manage. Wow, man. So, that's what we're going to be talking about right now. So, without further ado, I'm going to be narrating an article that was done by Jonathan Turley, jonathanturley.org. I saw this on Ron Paul's Piece of Prosperity's website, so I'm going to fast forward. And it says here, Twitter permanently banned former New York Times journalist Alex Berenson. We previously discussed how Twitter's growing censorship program has targeted former New York Times journalist and author Alex Berenson for his outspoken critique of the government's scientific claims and in response to the pandemic. Berenson was previously suspended for merely expressing an opinion over the need for a pause for any federal mandates on COVID-19 as new research is studied. And remember, the one he was talking about was in the article sciencemag.org, okay? So, and I did a show on that a couple of days ago, and I did add that memo, okay, for the whole Israeli studies. It was on a Saturday about, the whole thing was natural immunity is 13 times more effective than having the vaccine. So if you want to go on a Spreaker page, you can look it up. I have revised it so you can, boom, see it right there. Because some folks, they make their mistakes. It looks like some people try to give me beef for it. However, based on what was happening, I just add that to it. And I just sent them on a comment too, in good faith. Check this side out. That's what you're looking for. So I will continue on here. Berenson was previously suspended for merely expressing an opinion. Okay, like I said that before, need for any federal mandates on COVID-19 as new research has studied. Twitter also suspended a journalist for posting CDC information that was deemed as critical of his own official line on vaccines. Now he is permanently suspended after his criticism of the vaccine and possible side effects. Twitter has again showed that it will silence those who dare or disagree or even question its approved narrative and that of government. Can we say that? Oh, yeah. When government knows best, it turns to manure, right? But they're smarter, so someone got real sensitive. Oh, my goodness. You offended me. On his Substack page, Berenson posted a brief message titled Goodbye Twitter. He then posted the following as the tweet. This was the final straw with Twitter. Don't think of it as a vaccine, he continued. Think of it at best as a therapeutic with a limited window of efficacy and terrible side effect profile that must be dosed in advance of illness. That's an opinion that many share, and that one can be debated. I don't agree with Berenson on the vaccine, but I would like to hear his views and see the response to them. Like many, I don't want to simply read corporate or government-approved viewpoints. Rather than respond to Berenson with reasoned debate, and people demand that he be removed from platforms to prevent others from making up their own minds. The most chilling aspect of this story is how many on left applaud such censorship. A new poll showed roughly half of the public supported not just corporate censorship, but government censorship of anything deemed misinformation. It proves one thing. Those folks there are your enemies, my friends. I don't care what their political views are. If they want to see government and corporations control your speech, Okay? They want to be shunned and be banned. They are the problem. I know one thing for sure. They can't even wipe their own butts to the break of dawn. All right? I'm just figure of speech. That is very treacherous. And those people, they don't want to be around me. I will ridicule them to the core. And they were the ones that be sensitive without me stressing it. As previously discussed, the poll reflects the move among Democratic politicians for years in calling for censorship. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey appeared at a key hearing in which he followed up his apology for censoring the Hunter Biden story by pledging more censorship. One of the most chilling moments came from Delaware Senator Chris Coons, who demonstrated the very essence of the slippery slope danger. Dorsey, well, misleading information, as you are aware, is a large problem. It's hard to define it completely and cohesively. We wanted to scope our approach to start to focus on the highest severity of harm. We focused on 3 areas: manipulated media, which you mentioned, civic integrity around the election, specifically in public health, specifically around COVID. We wanted to make sure that our resources, that we have the greatest impact on where we believe the greatest severity of harm is going to be. Our policies are living documents. They will evolve. We will add them, but we thought it important that we focus our energies and prioritize the work as much as we could, is what Coons' response. Well, Mr. Dorsey, I'll close with this. I cannot think of a greater harm than climate change, which is transforming literally our planet and causing harm to our entire world. I think we're experiencing significant harm as we speak. I recognize the pandemic and misinformation about COVID-19. Manipulated media also cause a harm, but I urge you to reconsider that, because helping to decimate climate denialism, in my view, further facilities and accelerates one of the greatest existential threats to our world. So thank you, both of our witnesses. Instead of them raising concerns over censoring views and comments, the basis for such an amorphous category, Coons pressed for an expression of the categories of censored material to prevent people from sharing any views that he considered climate denialism. Yes, his idols are Mao Tse-tung, Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler, etc. We can go across the board. Those are his idols, and more beyond. There is, of course, a few array of views that different people or different groups would declare harmful indeed. Indeed, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal seemed to take the opposite meaning from Twitter, admitting that it was wrong to censor the Biden story. Blumenthal said he was concerned that both of your companies are in fact backsliding or retrenching, that you are failing to take action against dangerous disinformation. Accordingly, he demanded an answer to this question. Will you commit the same kind of robust content modification playbook in this coming election, including fact-checking, labeling, reducing the spread of misinformation, and other steps, even for politicians in runoff elections ahead? Robust content modification has a certain Orwellian feel to it. It is not content modification. It is censorship. This call has now been picked up by academics and members of the media. Faculty and editors are actively supporting modern versions of book burning with blacklists and bans for those opposing political views. Columbia Journalism School Dean Steve Cole has denounced the weaponization of free speech, which appears to be the use of free speech by those on the right. So the dean of one of the premier journalism schools now supports censorship. The rise of corporate censors has combined with the heavily pro-Biden media to create the fear a de facto state media that controls misinformation due to a shared ideology rather than a state coercion. Once again, I resolve these questions in favor of taking the vaccine at the earliest possible. Once again, I resolve these questions in favor of taking the vaccine at the earliest possible date, as did my family. I have to disagree with him with all due respect. However, voices like Mr. Berenson are important to having an informed and vigorous debate. Most importantly, Berenson has never tried to silence others. He wants to have a debate, so debate him or ignore him, but do not silence him. These advocates of private and government censorship are only undermining faith in vaccines with their aggressive pursuit of anyone expressing doubts or challenging policies. I can respect this viewpoint, and he's right in those areas. You can disagree, but don't shut anyone out. Because if they could do it to him, anyone else could be next. And all those jerk-offs that did support this. When it comes to you or the ones you listen to, don't complain or cry like a banshee. Because I will give you the big middle finger out of love. Because you, Emmy, you let this occur. Instead of saying no, I condemn it, you did the opposite. So shame on those that believes you should shut people up. Because you are the enemy. You are the tyrant. You are more treasonous than Benedict Arnold. Plain and simple. Prove me wrong if you dare. Deep down inside, you know I'm right. And that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something interesting to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to the Quorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnote of this article on my Spreaker page. If you want to contact me, go to LokiLuck03@gmail. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not doing Gmail anymore. LokiLuck03@protonmail.com. If you want to donate, you can go to paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuck3. Hey, if you want to support Jonathan Turley, that's fine. I'm pro free speech. At least he has the integrity to say, I may not agree with him, but he has the right to be heard. You know what? I give him the thumbs up for this, for his commentary on this matter. All right. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that the demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.